As for that technical hitch, and we'll still continue. Still on the summit, Sierra Leone's Chief Minister Dr. David Moyena-Sengeh addressed the World Government Summit in Dubai, emphasizing President Dr. Julius Maada Bio's Big Five agenda. He reaffirmed the government's dedication to advancing education and food security as a sustainable foundation for growth and development. Elivators again.
In his address at the 2024 World Government Summit in Dubai, Dr. Sengeh highlighted Sierra Leone's substantial investment in education, resulting in increased school enrollment, enhanced learning outcomes, and improved opportunities for all, including girls and children with disabilities. As part of President Bio's Human Capital Development Drive, he underscored the importance of the Feed Salon program, which aims at boosting local food production, empowering women and youth in rural areas, and supporting economic growth. The Chief Minister emphasized on radical inclusion to harness the potential of Sierra Leone's youthful population, stressing the importance of aligning skills training with job market demands. He outlined ongoing public sector reforms to ensure equitable development and spoke on the significance of innovation and infrastructure, resonating with the summit's theme. Committing to continued progress, President Bio recently launched the Medium-Term National Development Plan, aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, reflecting a commitment to progress. The Chief Minister made it clear that President Bio's appointment of women and young people to key positions sets a precedent for inclusive leadership. Elivators, AWeb News.
Well, now, Freetown witnessed a momentous occasion as the first batch of participants in the Budapest-Bamako Rally 2024 concluded their epic journey, marking the third time Sierra Leone has played host to this renowned rally. Now, a total of 670 participants, accompanied by over 300 vehicles, embarked on this remarkable adventure by Hungary from January 26 this year, traversing through an extensive route spanning 2 continents and 10 countries. Now, today, they reached the finishing line at Jijibonta Car Park, Lumley Beach, amidst celebrations and accolades, with popular musician Drizzlick and 2 other Sierra Leoneans being the first to participate. Let's take the highlights.
Support. We hope that this will be the start of the, autism awareness push, and on all go join we for push more. We also hope that we will get more Sierra Leonean teams. The next one, the next episode, that way they come. I don't want to say much more. I will pass the mic on to Mr. Mohamed Wagite. Make it close up for you.
Now, President Julius Maada Bio has appointed popular rapper Alhaji Amadou Ba alias LAJ as Peace Ambassador. LAJ was recently released from prison on presidential pardon. His duties will include, among others, assist in the promotion of peace, reconciliation, and unity in Sierra Leone and peace-related matters abroad, assist in building peace culture, enhance tolerance, and support peaceful resolution of conflicts. Any other duties assigned by His Excellency the President from time to time.
Well, away from that, the excruciating obstacle of public transportation has long plagued hundreds of thousands of citizens in Freetown, rendering government's efforts to alleviate the situation more worrying. Now, the problem is worsened with the lack of digital public infrastructure to revolutionize the transport sector in the country, making access and comfort seamless and easy. Now, Joseph Johnson looks into how the transportation problem and the hailing app can help the country sector.
In Sierra Leone, accessing reliable transportation can often be a daunting task. With crowded streets and limited public transportation options, getting from one place to another can be a daily struggle for many residents.
The challenging is so much.
The challenges are so much. I could remember in December when I was fighting for transportation. I was damaged by a vehicle Till now, I have that mark on my foot. So that is one of the biggest challenges we face.
Biggest challenges that the world they face.
You see why they sweat? Now pile I don't pile.
As you can see, I am sweating. I had to walk. It's not easy.
You know, nice right now.
Nasratu Kagbo stays at Koso Town, Western Rural area of Freetown, and she uses 3 means of transportation to get to her place of work at Western Urban every day.
Usually I take motorbike to get from my home to the junction, that is the main street, and it's more than 2 miles from my home to the main street. But today I was lucky. A neighbor gave me a ride to the junction, and I had to even walk from where my neighbor left me to get to the main street. I moved and I had to take minibus. The minibus dropped me at Wilberforce. From Wilberforce, I took a tricycle to get to Congo Cross, and I also took another tricycle to get to Sanders Street, where my office is. So this is the hassle I have to go through every day.
The introduction of a transport app could revolutionize the way people travel in Sierra Leone, offering a convenient and efficient solution to the transportation challenges faced by residents. Nasratu and others share their eagerness for such a system in the country.
Well, yes, I feel like it's...
Yes, I feel like it's high time for such an innovation to be considered by the government. That will really help. I just need to be anywhere and book a ride to pick me up and take me to wherever I am going.
When I go get for consuming time so much, and I don't go get for strain and all that.
So if this app is available for us in Sierra Leone, in Freetown, it will make things very easy. It will ease the struggle for transportation. Because, for example, I have to, like I narrated earlier, I have to go through all that hassle. If it was the app was available, all I have to do is go on the app, get transport, and I don't have to wait for the minibus to get filled before we leave, because this is how they operate. The driver does not leave empty. He wants the bus to be jam-packed before he leaves the bus station. So, but with the app, it's one for one. So it will be simple. It will make things easy for us.
But it is not all gloom and doom for such a system, because there was an app that was introduced by a young Sierra Leonean called Tap Tap that operated for a while in Freetown. Recently, government introduced buses called Waka Fine to help ease the challenges of citizens, but the project has come under serious criticism, especially with cost regulating those in the private sector not to use certain routes during certain time. Activist Edmond Abu is particularly concerned about the lack of digitalization in the system.
You can have an app that shows the schedule, or this bus is coming from Kalbaton to Kongowata, Wellington PMB, to Shell Comping, to Upgon, Kisi Road, Fobe Road. The app will show you. So let them introduce the tech part. I mean, so we tell you that bus 505 is coming from Lumley, it's around Aberdeen Road and Collegiate and Congo Cross. All that should be part of this package. That is what we call transformation.
However, there is hope on the horizon, as communications specialist at the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, Batu Shamel, assures citizens of an improved system.
So an investor would look at an opportunity like this and say, because what we have done is RTC, SLPTA will be the one now that is licensing rules. So somebody would say, I am coming with Ubers, I am coming with a public transport system and want to use this route, and they would have exclusivity. Of course, what we have done as a government is ensure that people have alternatives. We will get there. This is a start. This project is a start. We're looking at how we can even ensure that our buses, there are apps that you can sit at Tawahilia and download the app and know when the next bus will be passing on Shaka Stevens Street and get down there to hop on the next bus.
As Sierra Leone looks towards a brighter future, the introduction of a transport app could be the key to unlocking new opportunities and improving the lives of its residents. A transport app will provide residents with access to a network of drivers, allowing them to book rides quickly and easily from their smartphones. With features like route planning and real-time tracking, commuters can navigate the city with confidence, reducing travel time, improving overall efficiency, and also creating job opportunities for people who can easily use their cars to make money. This report is produced under the DPI African Journalism Fellowship Program of the Media Foundation for West Africa and co-developed. Joseph Johnson, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, still on transportation challenge, some passengers in Freetown have expressed concerns over the challenges they face accessing transportation. They say purchase of tickets beyond the designated location has been an issue, especially around the 5 corridors, which makes the process chaotic, leading them to choose poda and kekes to ply within the 5 corridors. Yerojalo reports.
The Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority, through the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, commenced the operation of 50 buses on the 2nd of February 2024. The goal of the Wakafine buses was to ease the transportation burden of Sierra Leoneans through the Sierra Leone Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project. These buses ply through the west and east corridors of Freetown. However, passengers say they find it difficult to access these buses.
It is challenging for us to buy tickets on the buses, unless we have to buy tickets in Lumley or come all the way here at the bus station before we can access the buses. We are asking that tickets are made available at every bus stop.
I stayed along Wilkinson Road. By the time these buses reached at Wilkinson Road, they are already full and there is no other means of transportation for us if the buses are full. We are calling on the government to look into these issues of halfway.
The challenge is
I came all the way from Calbatown to Regent Road. The poda drivers says they are on strike, except I had to get to bus station, and the line is too long. We are really going through challenges. If they could allow the poda to run as well as the buses, those who want to use the bus will use it. I am already late for work.
Transportation is a problem. If the buses cannot collect us, the podas and tricycles will onboard us.
Just like passengers, drivers themselves are faced with challenges of parking, especially when the terminals are yet to be completed.
The parking lot that was allocated to us is a huge challenge. Other commercial vehicles park where we are supposed to park. Even business people that are doing street trading has occupied our space for parking. We go through a lot of challenges, except we park at the middle of the street.
The project has come under serious criticism by a facet of society who are demanding an improvement. Yerojalo, AYV News, Freetown.
Well, away from transportation hurdles, some physically challenged at ECOWAS Street, Cotton Tree and Pademba Road are calling on the government and other humanitarian organizations to come to their aid over problems of lack of proper medical care, shelter and gender-based violence, among others. They were speaking to AYV's Issa Bangura, who files in this report.
People in the society, people with disability, are more likely to experience poverty and homelessness due to factors such as institutionalization, discrimination, inadequate housing and social support, high cost of living, and poor medical facilities, among others. Some of these disabled at ECOWAS Street, Cotton Tree and Pademba Road speak about their ordeals.
The organization, yes, the chairman, they try greatly for winner ECOWAS.
Her chairperson is doing great for us at ECOWAS State, but we have series of challenges. Some of us learn skilled jobs, but cannot utilize them due to a lack of job facilities.
If you don't get opportunity for utilizer, I go able to. We got 14 the 5 all the suffer in this country. This country are not value with the disabled. One.
We are suffering from 5 things in this country. 1, lack of medical facility. When we fall ill, if we don't have money, we will end up dying in the streets. Lack of education facilities for our children, homelessness, discrimination, and lack of skilled jobs.
Yeah, medical
facilities are one of the main constraints we are facing. It is in the Disability Act that the government should provide free medical facilities for us. But when we go to any government hospital, the service is free, but drugs are not free.
But the drugs are not free.
They further stated that they are calling on the government and other humanitarian organizations to assist them with their challenges.
When the government change their life, they put a training, a skill.
We want the government to provide vocational institution for us that will serve as a skill training ground for us, enabling us to be self-employed.
And they become self-reliant.
Yeah, honestly, I talk to
Honestly, I want the government and other humanitarian organizations to aid the disabled.
For help children of the disabled.
With the challenging nature of people with a disability in the country, more awareness is needed. Issa Bangora, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, in our next story, Youyi building is one of the nation's infrastructural landmarks, and it is housing most of the government ministries, departments, and agencies. However, investigations have once again discovered that the building still suffers from broken elevators, despite government's 8-week promise to fix it since August last year. Here is a story compiled by Mohamed Amin Banya and read by Elizabeth Momo in the studios.
Constructed in the 70s during the All People's Congress regime of the late President Stevens, Youyi building is the home to most of the nation's government ministries, but sad to say that the building, if not, but is one of the most forgotten or neglected buildings of the country. The fact, however, is that governments, without exception, have over the years been found wanting in the lack of maintenance culture, with the building's current situation not having workable elevators. In August last year, the government, through the Works and Public Assets Minister, Dr. Denis Sandi, made a pronouncement with regards maintenance of the elevators, saying,
the family will rest assured that the lift is on course. We don't mitigate as a government. We don't discuss that one day. And I don't hold discussions with the contractor, one Chinese man. As soon as they pay in advance payment, the parts will be here and we will fix the elevators, they will call lifts. So we'll give us some time, and I believe so probably in the next 8 weeks. We're going to take the parts they come from China and they install them. It's going to take some time.
It's been more than 4 months since this pronouncement by the government, but as usual, the lack of working elevators at the building continuously poses a serious threat to workers and visitors who normally visit the building, and most especially the 8th and 9th floors. One important fact is that successive governments in Sierra Leone seem to forget over the years that these buildings are not political properties. They belong to the nation, and it should be a moral responsibility to ensure the buildings and its facilities are kept intact at all times, in the absence of which they begin to dilapidate and in no time get to a point of disrepair. However, what is causing the delay is something AYV will put premium to by speaking to authorities that are concerned. Elizabeth Momo, AYV News, Freetown.
Now, Vice Chairman, Human Rights Commission Sierra Leone, Victor Idrissa says after the nomination of several institutions to be part of the tripartite committee by the President, the Human Rights Commission is yet to receive an invitation. This raises concerns of, inclusivity in the tripartite committee, says Victor Lantana, who was speaking during AYV's Wake Up Sierra Leone breakfast program. Edima Conte has more on the story.
Following allegations of irregularities and voter fraud during the June 24th election, fueled standoff in governance. The terms of reference for the tripartite committee includes but not limited to with a thorough examination of 24th June election and then present recommendations based on findings. The committee has equal number of members from both the All People's Congress and the Sierra Leone People's Party. However, the Human Rights Commission says other key actors should be involved in the investigation process.
the former secretary to president, former press secretary, put out a statement where the president had nominated institutions to be part of this committee. So the commission, Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, is actually part of this, or was supposed to be part of this committee. But up until now, there has never been an invitation to the commission to invite them to sit on matters concerning this committee. So we are concerned that in terms of inclusivity, and I've said elections generally about human rights, we have to ensure, I mean, this committee has to ensure that that approval that the president gave, because the president approved the 7-man committee, or the 7-member committee from the APC and also from the government, and then also added other institutions, including the Human Rights Commission, to be part of this committee. But up to this day, there has never been an invitation, I'm sure, not just for the Human Rights Commission, but also the other institutions that we are actually recommended to be part of this committee. So we are calling upon them to ensure that we give this thing a very broad perspective, and so that at the end of the day, we have a comprehensive review, so that Sierra Leone will be a better place. I mean, we are able to conduct better elections.
Jibril Akagbo, Director of Communications, National Commission for Democracy, says they will play their role as an institution to foster the progress of the dialogue, regardless of not being part of the committee.
I also want my institution to be part of the engagement. But unfortunately, we're not part of the engagement directly. And that does not mean that whatever role we have to play as an institution, we're not going to play it to foster the progress of this dialogue. And I encourage my brother here that we should not be discouraged because they've not involved us directly. Let us see what we can do to ensure we work in the best interest of Sierra Leone.
The Tripartite Committee is expected to work diligently and impartially to uncover the truth behind the June 24th elections, as citizens eagerly await the recommendations of the committee that is seen as the key to rebuilding trust in the democratic process. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV TV and radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the short break.